Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and I think some of you guys are saying, finally an XJ40 on the channel again. I used to have one, sold it close to a year ago now. It was one just like this, or very similar to this. This is a Daimler XJ40. I think this is an 89 or 90. Still has the digital dash. Mine did not, so I do like these more. It's not mine. It is my friends at Joe's Garage, which is a local Jag place. They picked it up, and halfway driving it back home, they were pretty close to my place, and a fan belt just went, I don't know, just left the building. There's some scraps of it left on there. So it overheated pretty badly, limped it here. So I'm going to put a fan belt on it, see if it still, wants to live and fight another day. And hopefully, it got pretty hot, they said. Stopped and filled with water. But let's see if we can get this thing to survive and fight another day. Let's do a little quick walk around. I'll show you guys the car, and just before we get going. So it's a Daimler, and it's actually in pretty good condition, like body-wise. There's some paint issues and some dents, but I haven't found any major rust in it. So that's really good. Someone's painted the sills with rock chip. And back here, which it's not a bad thing. Doesn't look that bad on a black car actually, and especially if you're using winter. There's a little bit of repaint here that's gone bad, right in that area. Otherwise, the body's really solid for one of these. It's missing one chrome piece right there. It can be difficult to get a hold of on these. Interior-wise, we have some wear on the driver's seat. Otherwise, the rest of the interior is pretty good, except the wood is all the lacquer is coming off. But the wood doesn't seem cracked or anything, so you could technically just re-lacquer everything. It has my favorite XJ40 dash. One of the reasons I sold mine, because I wanted this dash. Digital dials. And that little TV screen there. It's just so cool. Absolutely love that. Headliner, that's per usual. Not that great. Here, it is pretty complete. Everything just, as it should be. It runs and drives. It's actually on the road and has an inspection and everything, and it's taxed. Here's what's left of that belt. So it lost the alternator belt. It also drives the water pump. That other belt over there, which I think is for the AC compressor, that one's still on. So I got a spare one. Let's see if we can get that on. Let's see if we can fire it up. Said the battery's pretty bad, so probably need to put a jump pack on it. Still has oil in it. We're at the medium mark. Oh, that's stuck on there. There we go. I just want to see if that's a bit sludgy, but not. Doesn't look like it's had gasket issues. That's really what we want to see. I'm gonna get this thing up and running, get some water in it. It's low. See if the head gasket has held on. If it's good enough to drive, it's an hour to their shop. If they can drive it home, or if it's not worth it. It's not really worth having this thing towed, I think, for what it's worth. So we'll see what happens to it. But let's get what's left of the belt off. Let me set a new one up, tighten it, it's just right down there. It's very simple, just like all Jags of this era. Get that belt on, fire it up, see what's like. XJ40s don't use a V-belt, or the earlier ones did, but the later ones, they start using these rib belts. So we gotta see if we can get this through the fan here. Yeah, the guys at Joe's Garage, been friends with them for a long time. Like when I was restoring my XJ12 that I have, the white one, I got a lot of help with parts and things for them. So really, really good people, and I bought a couple cars from there. Usually, sort of projects that they have, which are not really good enough for them to retail. But they're good enough for me. So that happens a lot. Just realized a mistake. I need to loosen the belt for the AC compressor, because that is on the outside, of course. Alright, let me do that. It's too tight film for you guys. Get that belt off, and then we'll continue getting this one on. I had the new fan belt on, all tightened up. I ended up actually cutting the AC belt. There was no gas in the system, and it was really dry rotted. So that made that quicker. However, filling it up just with water for now, and notice it's leaking from here. And can you see why? The hose clamp has slipped down here, probably when it got hot. So the hose actually seems fine for now. So I'm just going to move that hose clamp up there, see if we can get it tight for now, fire it up, and hopefully it's, head gasket and all that is fine. Got the hose clamp tightened up now, and it is filled up with water. I'm just guessing I'll need a jump pack because I drove here with no alternator. So we'll put one on, and I haven't fired it up since I got here, so I have no idea. I'm really hoping everything is going to be okay. There we go. Got the keys here. We'll put it on boost. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, judging by the amount of water that just shot up there and the smoke, I think we have a head gasket leak. I think we have a head gasket leak. Judging by that white smoke and the puffing, I think we have a bad head gasket. Long-time viewers of the show might recognize this. We use it a lot on my XJ Series 2 when I had a bad head gasket. If it changes color, it's bad. It's starting to change. It's turning yellow. We have a bad head gasket leak. Well, that was a bit of a disappointment, but we all knew it could have been the case. When I noticed how much water I had to put back in it, yeah. Things happened, but it's now going to be a parts car. Because, yeah, body panel swings are fine, but it's not worth it for a shop to fix this. I mean, this could be, doesn't have to just be a head gasket. I mean, it got pretty hot, and it's leaking pretty badly. It's not just one cylinder, it's down on at least two, and the fluid turned right away. You saw the geyser. Hopefully that was on film. I'll find out in a bit when I go through the footage. That was a geyser straight up. So yeah, this is gonna be a good parts car, but it wasn't an immaculate car. If it was, the interior was perfect and everything, it might be worth fixing it, but no, it's not. So no, this XJ40 couldn't be saved, but I hope that you guys who have missed the XJ40 content on the channel at least got something out of this. And well, sometimes things happen. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Till next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with Classic. I'll see you soon.